Hello and welcome to Tasting with Matt and Mike. I'm Mike Veach and this is my partner in crime, Matt Kohorst.
Howdy.
And this week we've decided we're going to do 3 new bonded whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
Guess we can talk about this being a little male bonding here.
Yeah.
But we have 3 very good new bonded whiskeys. One from Nevada, the Frey Ranch 5-year-old rye bonded whiskey. One from Indiana with the Huber's Starlight, is it actually called Carl T. Carl T. Huber's bonded bourbon. And the new Whiskey Row bonded bourbon, which is interesting because it's actually a 4-grain bourbon.
Oh, okay.
So, we're going to start with the Frey Ranch. Frey or Frey, I'm not sure exactly how they pronounce it.
Right.
I've heard people say it both ways.
Now, where did you hear about these guys from?
I heard about these from my good friend Pat Heist at Wilderness Trail. He says every time he goes out west, he always brings back some of the Frey Ranch bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
And that prompted my curiosity, and I managed to get a hold of a bottle of the bourbon. Really liked it, did a review. They thanked me for doing the review. And I said, well, I see that y'all have got a bottled and bond rye whiskey. I'd love to review that as well. So they sent me a bottle.
Oh, excellent. Bottle looks cool too. I like the style of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful package, I think.
Yeah.
To me, it's got kind of that 1930s look to it. You know, that, what would you call that? Art Nouveau, maybe?
Yeah.
But
Very cool.
Great nose.
Mm-hmm.
You get that ryegrass, and I get kind of like a dark pitted fruit, like prunes, plums, apricot, something along those lines. Maybe a little dates.
Mm-hmm.
There's some baking spices in there, and then of course there's some oak. It's a wonderful nose.
It really does.
Taste it. And it does not disappoint.
Mm-mm.
You get that fruitiness, which I definitely think is more like apricots and plums.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe a hint of dates.
Hint of dates. That nice ryegrass.
Ryegrass. You get a nice spiciness that to me is cinnamon and cardamom.
Mm.
You get that little bit of a cinnamon, but you also get that little bit of a kind of a lemony, citrusy cardamom spice. And then the oak. And the finish is just, wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice. It's kind of a long finish.
Yeah.
Really enjoy it.
Yeah, this is a really nice rye whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what it does with the cranberry. It takes the fruit out of it,
Mm-hmm.
but it really enhances the caramel vanilla and then that cinnamon spice, particularly on the finish. I'm just getting like a lot of cinnamon on that finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think with the finish, I'm even getting like maybe just a hint of citrus. I'm getting like a little bit of that fruit, but
maybe it's the cardamom coming through that kind of that lemony, citrusy cardamom spice and the cid.
Overall, very tasty drink.
Very, very nice with the cranberry.
Yeah.
Let's see what it does. See what a pecan does to it. These extra tannins could be interesting. Really brings out that citrus, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gave like tangerine-y.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, for the first time on the finish, I'm getting a little bit of a chocolate, a dark chocolate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And some baking spices on that one. Yeah, overall, it really, like, the flavor profile changed pretty dramatically with the addition of both the cranberry and the pecan.
In good ways.
In good ways, yeah.
Not that it was bad to start with. I mean, you know, this is something that I think is a very versatile whiskey. Mm-hmm. Great neat.
Now, is this their own juice?
Yeah, they've been making their own.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
Bottled and Bond 5-year-old rye whiskey that they made, and I think this would make an excellent Manhattan. Mm-hmm. That little bit of a fruitiness to it, and then that pecan shows me that it would go really well with any type of you know, savory food. You know, something like a steak or you know, you know, big slice of ham, country ham.
So pretty versatile. You know?
Very versatile.
Yeah.
So let's.
Do we know like the price point of that?
I'm not sure what the price point is. The big problem is you can't hardly get it unless you live in Nevada or the surrounding states.
Oh, really? So they're not sourcing.
They're not here in. They're not in Kentucky yet.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the day they do get here. Okay, now we have the Huber's Carl T. Bottled and Bond. This is they're saying this is 4.5 years old. Bottled and Bond. And you know, this is located just across the river in Starlight, Indiana. You know, 100 proof. This is barrel number 16109.
Huber's is a very popular spot for
everything.
A plethora of things. Yeah, yes. It's a huge farm and anywhere from Christmas trees to.
I picked up this bottle. Yeah, I picked up this bottle the other day when we went over and picked out a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Good wine.
I've always, yeah, they got good wine. You know, as good as you can get in this part of the country. I'm sure the French and the Italians are making some better wines.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Right. But it's a famous spot around these parts, yeah.
But I always liked what he's doing there with his whiskeys. I believe this is a high rye whiskey. It's got a nice nose. Once again, I'm getting a little bit of a fruit, but to me it's more like a pear or ripe apple.
And a chocolate.
And a chocolate.
Vanilla. Slight vanilla.
Yeah, to me it's a milk chocolate too, not a dark chocolate.
Yeah.
A little bit of oak. Not a whole lot of spice notes.
No.
So it's. Oh yeah, that fruit really comes through.
Fruity, chocolatey. Definitely chocolatey.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little hint of spice at the back, but it's pretty tame. Yeah.
This would go really well with a nice Maduro cigar. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm getting a little bit, like I said, a little bit of spice, but it's on the finish.
Yeah.
And it's not really a pepper, but it's not really quite a baking spice. I'm trying to decide what that is. You know, is it?
It's almost like, for me, it's almost like just a hint of black pepper.
A little hint, or maybe it's a white pepper, kind of that floral pepper.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice.
It's nice and sweet. I like that.
Yeah, I could enjoy this neat with cigar, or maybe a little cheese would be good. Let's see what a cranberry does. Oh, that really brings out the vanilla. Almost like a French vanilla.
Yeah, like a latte.
Yeah.
French vanilla latte. Yeah.
Yeah, that chocolate becomes more of a coffee, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's almost turns it like into a creamy, like a creamy coffee kind of flavoring for me. Yeah.
It's spicier on the finish too.
Yeah.
And it's definitely leaning towards the cinnamon ginger type spiciness.
So you could like throw this into like maybe like a wassail.
Yeah.
Something, like a warm drink.
Make a great Christmas wassail.
Yeah.
Or a hot toddy.
Yeah, hot toddy. Yeah. I'm seeing that. Yeah, like this one would be good with like a warm beverage kind of, warm cocktail kind of feel.
Your Indiana coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to call it Indiana coffee because it is made in Indiana, not Kentucky.
That's right, yeah.
So let's try it with the...
Still to me, like it holds that like, it's like a kind of like a toasted chocolate vanilla, like still reminds me of like something I would want in a wintry drink, you know? Yeah.
It reminds me of a mocha coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, so it like favors like a little richer, you know, a little darker kind of drink, you know.
Maybe with just a little hint of baking spices in it.
Yeah. I'll throw it in a hot apple cider. Why not?
Throw it in the hot apple cider, yeah. So the last one we have is a 4-grain bourbon made out at Kentucky Artisan Distillers, bottled and bond, 4.5 years old again, as it was April 1st, 2016 is when this went into the barrel. I think they were telling me that they did like 15 barrels to make this.
Okay.
Bottling.
Okay.
So you could say it's a small batch bottle and bond even.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a 4-grain whiskey. I'm not sure what the percentages are and everything. They're supposed to be sending that to me, that type of information. But when I first tasted this, you know, Rosemary and I both went, wow.
Yeah. Really?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
This is where they make Jefferson's?
That's where they make Jefferson's. This is where Bill Thomas and I made our whiskey.
Right, so you've got barrels in the Rick House
But
out
God,
there.
that nose is so good.
Mm-hmm.
That's like apricots, peaches, lots of vanilla, a little bit of baking spices, but to me it's more like
I'm getting like a brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Mm-hmm.
More like a ginger, or, you know, a little ginger.
Yeah, that smells great.
Maybe I'm thinking like ginger snap cookie, you know. So let's take a taste.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, like I said, wow.
That's good.
I mean, that apricot peach is right, almost a peach brandy like flavor.
Yeah.
But it's not. But you can tell there's that little hint of corn coming through there.
Right. Yeah.
And then you get a little bit of that baking spice, like I said, which is it's not peppery.
Right.
But it's, you know, like I said, like a ginger, you know, something like a ginger cookie, gingerbread.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a sweet spice. Yeah.
But it's got a little bit of that fire.
A little bit of that fire underneath. Yeah.
There's some oak. It's just so good.
It is. It's different too. It's, you know, the combination of flavors.
So let's
is
see what
something
the
I really-
cranberry does to it. That's interesting.
Turns it into like a tangerine for me.
Yeah, it does drive it more towards the citrus. Takes a lot of that spice out of it.
Yes, the finish is very mellow.
Yeah, very fruity on the finish.
I
Not very dry at all.
Not very dry.
But I'm getting at, you know, that apricot, peach,
Yeah.
and a little bit of that caramel, brown sugar. You know, think peach pie.
Yeah, definitely like very
Yeah,
sweet.
or a peach turnover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or if you're from the country like I am, my grandmother used to make peach fried pies.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, and that's what it kind of reminds me of. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
It is.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that fruity flavor, I'm still getting that fruity flavor on the finish.
Mm-hmm. It's like a true dessert beverage.
Yeah.
You're right, it
Let's
does
see.
taste just like pie.
Oh, it kind of brings back the spice.
Mm-hmm.
And it really enhances the peach.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually when you do the pecan, it kind of takes away from the fruitiness.
Right. And it really
But
enhances
it kind of
this-
enhanced this one. Yeah.
It's like a spiced peach.
Mm-hmm.
Think of you know, I've seen a lot of these cooking shows where they'll do like a poached pear or a poached peach,
Mm-hmm.
where they'll put it in a little wine and some spices and just, you know, cook it, boil it. That's what this kind of reminds me of.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I mean, I think
Oh.
it went really well with both the cran and the pecan.
Yeah.
Um,
I think this would make a fantastic whiskey sour.
oh, yeah? I'll have to try that soon.
Yeah. So, well, that's our tastings for the day. Cheers.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.